right. So I know most of you know me, but I'm Linda Nellis. I'm the IVMF's Alumni Services and Engagement Coordinator. And thank you for joining today. We wanted to share insights about IVMF's Military-Owned Shopping Guide. And we are thrilled to have Melissa Bird, IVMF's Associate Director, Entrepreneurship, Strategic Partnerships, and Programs. And Melissa will share the process for getting on the IVMF Holiday Shopping Guide and really just more about the guide in general. And then we have IVMF alums and veterans, Matt Butler, founder of Rollers, and LaJeanne Cole, founding partner and president of Cole and Company Global Inc. So Matt and LaJeanne will share lessons that they've learned throughout their entrepreneurship journey and what they experienced with the military-owned buying guide. So we'll have time at the end if you do have any questions, and that'll be led by IVMF's Alumni Services and Engagement Manager, Cassandra Rosica. So now I will hand it over to Melissa, and Cassandra will be sharing her screen.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Linda. I appreciate that. Excellent. I'm so grateful that I'm not the person sharing my screen because I was struggling with all my notes. Where am I going to refer to them to if something else is on the screen? So thank you, Cassandra. I appreciate that. As Linda said, I am Melissa Bird. I am the Associate Director of Entrepreneurship and Small Business. That's the shortened version of my title, and it's still pretty long. But all that to say is I have the extreme privilege of working with military-connected entrepreneurs every single day across all stages of business. So whether you are an entrepreneur that just has an idea on a napkin, you're not quite sure what to do with it, but you know it's going to be the next great big thing, or you've been on the Inc. 5000 list multiple times and are continuing to grow and thrive, the IVMF has a program or a resource for you. Next slide, please. So just to give you a quick understanding of what the IVMF's Entrepreneurship and Small Business team does, our portfolio includes nearly 18 different programs, resources, events, and all kinds of here, there, and everywhere in between to help you along in your business journey. Whether you want a program that is in person so you can sit side by side with your brothers or sisters in arms, or if you're looking for something hybrid and remote to fit into your crazy schedule, because most businesses do start off as a side hustle. We all have some other things happening. Life gets lifey sometimes. We have an opportunity for you in some way, shape, or form. And with the IVMF, unfortunately, whether you like it or not, you're stuck with us for life. So once you participate in one of our really incredible and amazing programs, as most of you already know, the IVMF is still here for you, no matter if you pivot in your business journey, if you pause for a little while, maybe you want to do something in full-time employment and need some professional certification, the IVMF has an opportunity for you there. So we are, I like to say, that crazy uncle that shows up to the family reunion each year that you never quite know whether or not this is going to be really amazing or really off the rails. That's the IVMF. We're here for you every step of the way, trying to help you in whatever post-service goal that you have for your life and for your family. Move forward, please. Thank you very much. We are here to talk about the Buy Military-Owned Guide. This incredible guide has become even greater this year since we combined with Bunker Labs. So in January, the IVMF acquired Bunker Labs, and it has been an incredible, wild, amazing addition to the incredible portfolio we already had here at the entrepreneurship team at the IVMF. But with our Bunker friends now, this guide has become even more robust and valuable as we move forward. As we were talking about, next week's Thanksgiving. Not sure if you guys remembered that, but it's coming up real fast. Christmas is just a short couple weeks behind. We have some great additional unofficial holidays, if you will. I'll call them holidays in my book, such as Small Business Saturday. We have Cyber Monday. We have Giving Tuesday, all things that are very important in the world of business owners as well. So as we head into this robust weekend of holidays next weekend, I encourage you to take a look at the Buy Military-Owned Guide to find those business products that you may need for corporate gifts, for your neighbor, I'm already thinking about what I'm going to pick up for the kids' bus drivers who have gone the extra mile from time to fix a bloody nose on a bus. That sounds like a great thing for them. But there's also some really amazing services you could pick up gift cards for, or maybe gift someone the gift of house cleaning or some support with other needs that they have in their home. So it doesn't just have to be a product-based business. The Buy Military Owned Guide also features services as well. Next slide, please. So how do you get on this list? Well, very easy. You head over to our website. So you can go to the website and click on the link for products or click on the link for services, and you will be informed to fill out a form. And it's just that simple. We do a little work on the back end on our side to ensure that it is a military connected business. So that is veteran, reserve component, National Guard, still serving, military spouse, all kinds of different affiliations. Military connected is a great way to phrase it, but it doesn't matter. We also have some amazing first generation dependents who have incredible businesses on there as well. So we do our part on the back end to make sure that we are vetting all the businesses that submit to be on the list. But on your part, it's just that simple to fill out this amazing form for us. Next slide, please. Supporting military-owned business. This is is this the 5th year that we've had this guide, I believe? And it continues to grow and gain traction every year. We do some great work with our media partners to help spread the word about the Buy Military-Owned Shopping Guide. And we also partner with other ecosystem organizations to bring their lists into ours, to make sure that we're enhancing and supporting one another. There's amazing, great opportunities out there to buy military owned through other channels as well. But you'll see for us, we are pretty product heavy. I mean, it kind of makes sense when you're hearing the words Buy Military Shopping Guide, that it's mostly product-based businesses. We do have a lot of fantastic services. And you'll notice on the website as well that it is categorized coffee, books, apparel and accessories, self-care, one of my favorite topics. So you will not just be in one giant list that you're trying to get through and figure out what business does what. You look by category, and then you can make the best decision for you and your business. So many of these amazing companies have their location shown, but they're available to ship all over the country, or they're available to send a digital gift card or a digital value as well for you. So you don't have to be located near any of these businesses. But then the other thing to keep in mind as well, next slide, please, when you do pursue some of these businesses and purchase from them, they might have a brick and mortar location in your area. It helps to create awareness for other veteran or military connected businesses in your community. You can help support a fellow veteran or military spouse or a dependent in your community. And also is great for giving recommendations for others. In particular, in our entrepreneurship program, we host, as I mentioned, multiple programs and conferences throughout the country, throughout the year. We use this military shopping guide to purchase our speaker gifts, to purchase some gifts that we have for participants. So this is something that we refer back to throughout the year. There's a big push right now. It's a traditional gift giving time of the year, but we are looking at this Buy Military Shopping Guide all over the year, and it is featured on our website 365 days a year, so that there could be some great purchases being made at different times of the year. So just letting you know that it doesn't matter if it is this time of the year or not. Go ahead, you're just fine. Coffee in particular, one of my favorites. Let's be very honest. Who knows coffee better than the military community? They are connoisseurs, and people feel very strongly about certain types of coffee. I have come to learn this. In my household, I'm a military spouse. My husband is still serving. I'm pretty sure he flies planes and also drinks the jet fuel, based on I've tried his coffee sometimes, and it is tough. But we happen to like 2 different kinds of coffee. But we do have 2 different brands of veteran-owned business coffee in our house. We just found what we loved and it worked out for us. So you can see, you can organize by business name, city, state, and look up their website. It's easy to get back and navigate through no matter what category you are looking for. Next slide, please. Here is a better understanding of some of the different coffee companies that we have on here as well. Feel free to go in today. Add your business to the list. It's a great opportunity to get involved and to let people know as they're looking for those holiday gifts that you are available. Next slide, please. So this is an example of one of our promotional graphics. You'll see it on our social media that we are promoting the Buy Military Shopping Guide. Feel free to share on your channels as well. Help us spread the word and to get business to these fantastic military connected businesses that are part of the guide. Do you need to be an alumni of the IVMF to be on the guide? You do not. That's the best thing. So if you know another fellow veteran or military spouse in your community that has a great business that you think should be featured, share the link with them. We'd be happy to include them on the guide. Next slide, please. Here are a couple of examples of some of the companies you will see on the guide. Weird, I happen to see two very familiar businesses on here that we might be hearing from shortly. So I'm very excited. As you can see, there is a wide variety of businesses. We have yard games, we have candles. My favorite is the grenade soap. The TSA, I don't think felt the same excitement that I did when they were wondering what was in my bag. But come to find out, soap, then it was the talk of the line as I was trying to go through. Grind toothpaste, fire department coffee. So we have, seasonings. Oh, I'm so excited for Dula One. Real excited about seasonings, and now I'm really hungry and starting to drool because it's lunchtime. But this is where you can get some really great opportunities. And even if it's not for gifts, maybe you could use some of these products in your own home. Maybe it's a great conversation starter, a great donation for a local community event that you could help bless somebody else with these amazing gifts and services. Next slide, please. For your business, we all want to be on the holiday gift guide. We all might be a little nervous about, can I deliver on all the things when I start getting all this great business? My business is seeing so much great success. I don't know what I don't know yet. How do I know what I need next? Don't worry, we also have that covered for you. So the IVMF recently launched a procurement readiness initiative. So you're ready to get your business into Amazon. You're ready to get your business on the shelves at Walmart. You're ready to do business with some corporate partner somewhere. We have curated a list of resources. Thank you for that link, Tiffany, that to help you identify what next steps you might need to take to make sure that you are procurement ready when you do have the opportunity to get in front of corporate funders, supplier diversity representatives, or people that might be able to help you grow and expand your business. So take a look at our website as well. Those resources are open to anyone and everyone. There's no cost, there's no program associated with it necessarily. They're just great resources to take in. You can utilize, review past webinars that we've hosted. There are incredible links to resources with our corporate partners as well, and what some of their goals are and what they're looking for in corporate military connected suppliers, to help you understand what you need to have prepared if you're looking to do business in the corporate supply chain. Something else we have as well that I forgot to mention on here, there are a couple virtual events coming up in the second week of December. One is the Military Entrepreneurship Forum. It's just a virtual webinar. The other one is the Mission to Marketplace virtual event. Both of those are focusing on getting you into, one is products on shelves, specifically Mission to Marketplace, and another one is really focusing on that ecosystem, the military connected ecosystem, and how resources can help you and your business grow throughout the community. So not just attending a program at the IVMF or an event that we're hosting in person, but what other ecosystem resources can help you get a better grip in your community and make sure you're really establishing roots there and connecting with others so you know that you're not alone. So while we might tell you you're not alone in this business journey, sometimes you just really need to experience it for yourself and meet those fellow community members to remind you that there is an entire ecosystem of support waiting for you. Next slide, please. Thank you very much. And the very last thing, this is a personal favorite of mine, and I believe you'll see our two alumni on this meeting at Veteran Edge. I'm very much putting them on the spot for that. The Veteran Edge Conference takes place annually each March. It happens to be in Dallas, Texas. And this is where our incredibly successful business owners, alumni that we have, come together for 3 days of in-person learning and networking. And this is a really fantastic opportunity to meet some of those corporate partners and buyers as well. So if you're looking to get in front of someone from Walmart and learn about what matters to them to get your products on the shelves, or learn more about open call, or you're looking to hear from Amazon about what types of businesses are looking for and what steps you need to take to be listed on Amazon, this is the place that you want to go. You're going to hear from those corporate partners, but then you're also going to hear from some of our incredible alumni or fellow VOBs that have been there, done that. They have the receipts, they have the best practices, They also probably have some really great stories about things they would do differently next time, because we all make mistakes at some point in our business journey. But this is a really great place and an opportunity to meet with fellow VOBs, military spouse business owners as well, the corporate partners, the ecosystem partners. There's going to be about 400 people there, and we hope to see you as part of it. So thank you for giving me some long-winded time to tell you more about the Buy Military Shopping Guide. And just remember, that shopping guide is still going to be there in January as well for those birthdays, anniversaries, celebrations, gift-giving opportunities you have coming up all year round, not just during the holiday season.
Thank you so much, Melissa. And I'm going to actually be going back to the guide this afternoon because I did forget the bus driver. So thank you so much. I owe you. And we will now hand it over. We're going to hear from LaJean and Matt, who will share their experience with the guide and maybe just some lessons learned on their journey. So LaJean, if you want to kick it off, and then Matt, we would love to hear from you.
All right, my name is LaJean Cole, and I am the president and founder of, well, I'll say co-founder because I don't want to leave my wife out. She is an amazing partner in what we do, and we have Cole & Company Global. It's really 3 companies that are under that umbrella, but I think the one that we're going to talk about today is our Cole Seasonings Company, which I brought all my seasonings. I don't know if you want to see them, or for the people that have not had the opportunity to participate in those, but I'm really excited just to be here with you. Thanks for the opportunity to be here. I love the IVMF, and I love what you guys represent and what you guys do and the services you provide for us. And so you guys are amazing. Somebody putting, I think that, oh, it was Linda. She was saying the seasonings are amazing, and I am so excited. And it seems like Melissa shares the same sentiment that the seasonings are amazing. And I'll give you a brief background to why we started. So a few years ago, I had a stroke, and when I had the stroke, I still like to eat food, and I could not have some of the salt and the other things. And so I was actually 48 years old. So nobody thinks that they're going to have a stroke when you're 48. But as the process went, we developed the seasonings because I still wanted to eat flavorful food, and I still wanted to make sure that my stuff was really good. And so my wife, who does most of the cooking for us, we developed these for other people who may find themselves in the same scenario. So we have an all-purpose seasoning, a lemon pepper, a jerk seasoning, a Cajun, a smoked Cajun, a Florida hot chicken, a smacking seafood, a gumbo, and a Caribbean curry currently. And then we're also looking forward to being able to develop more in time. And so I'll just show you what one of them looks like. I don't know if I can get it on the camera, but it's got my wife and I's logo on the front of it. And so it's pretty cool. But I really enjoy it. And I don't know what else I'm supposed to talk about right now, but I'll give up the mic and let you guys kind of lead me and guide me into the conversation, or let Matt go. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, LaJean. Yeah, Matt, if you'd like to share a little bit about your experience, that would be great. And then we're happy to take questions, or we do, have some questions that were submitted.
Hi, everyone. How you doing? My name's Matt Butler. Hopefully the rain is not too loud in the background here as we talk about how life happens. Well, business kind of happens. So today I'm actually in my car calling you guys just to give you a little peek behind the curtain. This is what happens with all of the veterans and spouse-owned businesses. This is what happens in the fourth quarter, is a lot of sales going through. And being in the gift guide, especially the IVMF one, is really important to all of us and both of us. And we're really appreciate the opportunity to be in it. It's from a personal perspective, it's a great place for me to find products and services, because when the fourth quarter comes, those are all the things that I provide as gifts to other people, so they know when they unwrap something that it's going to be from a veteran or a spouse-owned business. And then most people ask for a little background on that. I love to share the story about who they are. And it's from a business owner perspective. I love it because it just gives me a chance to share some of the products we have, and I got some of them here. One you saw a picture earlier. This is a game piece for a game called Rollers. So if you like bocce ball and horseshoes, that's what the game's about. It's great with barbecue seasoning and seasonings out there because you're outside barbecuing and you got to have something to do while you're waiting at the grill. And then our most recent product here is this is it's called Tally Tumbler. It's a golf scorekeeping tumbler. This one, and these rings rotate around it for keeping track of score. So if you have any people that love to play golf, and then that ties into the coffee companies because it's a stainless steel tumbler to put your coffee in. Because maybe depending on where you are in the country right now, golf might not be the best spot. Definitely not today in Florida right now because it's pouring out rain. So those are a couple of the products out there. There's a lot of wonderful products that are out there in all sorts of ranges of different things. I know somebody mentioned soap earlier. That's a friend of mine that creates that on the East Coast. I've seen candles on there. I always go through there, and every year I go through the list to see what new products I can see, and then support the newcomers that are on the list, especially the new businesses. I mean, it's really important the first couple years of any business whatsoever, veteran and spouse owned, to support them as much as you can with the company that's brand new. It's a really critical stage for companies. So one, appreciate the opportunity. And I think Melissa asked if I'm going to be at Edge. Of course, I'll be there at Edge. It's a wonderful opportunity to connect with veteran and spouse-owned businesses in Dallas. Wonderful speakers, wonderful food, wonderful community. That is one of my go-to events of the year that I block off every single year. It usually happens in March. And I'll be there to see everyone and meet and greet some old friends and meet some new ones. So again, I appreciate the opportunity for being able to chat with you about some of my products and just my perspective on the gift guide. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you, Lejeune and Matt, for your insights. I do have a couple questions for you. The first one being, and as you know, being on the bi-military owned guide, of course, there's a lot of community support involved with, promoting the guide within our networks, and then also to friends and family, that type of thing. So I'm curious, and either Lejeune or Matt, you can jump in. What role has community support played in your business growth and success? Do you happen to have maybe like a key moment within that?
I'll let Matt go first. If he can, yeah.
I hate to do this to you. Could you repeat the question? I had a call coming in the same time. It was a little choppy.
No, it's all good. So, what role has community support played in your business growth and success? How valuable is it?
Oh, really, really important. Just for one, we're all supporting each other in our products and our and I love how the gift guide has it divided between service oriented and product oriented. Because I always look at businesses split up into that way, very heavily product based, because people are thinking of gifts that are under the Christmas tree and handing it out and giving them. It's a little bit tougher with services unless it's a gift card of some sort, but the community has been so supportive. I've met through the community other buyers because I also sell in retailers, like specialty retailers and sporting goods and that. And that community on either LinkedIn or IVMF events has been so wonderful, very motivating. If I run into an issue with my business, I can usually, pull into my community about issues that I might be having, maybe sharing success stories as well. So that community and ecosphere is really important to me because I feel like I have a lot of people that are supporting me and backing me up in my endeavors in my entrepreneurship businesses.
I was going to say one of the things that I'm really excited about is that we have a huge network, and I'm new to the IVMF family, so I'm really new, and really thank all of you guys for connecting and allowing us this space. We just went through the IVMF, the Entrepreneurs Bootcamp. I went through in, I think, June, And so since then, I've gone through. My wife went to VWise, and then I also went through the O2O program, and so all those have been amazing. But we also have a huge network of family and friends, and also other business leaders, and a lot of our church members and people that are connected with us from that perspective have really, really, been a blessing to us. And so I think community is, I think it's important. I think it's paramount to success, because if you don't have a group of people that gather around you to help you be successful, it can, business ownership can really be a lonely venture if you don't have community. And so I think that for me has been the value of having community, people to gather around you, people to encourage you, people to, I know that there's been times when sometimes people have just bought our seasonings just because they were our friends, but then when they bought them, they found out, hey, this is pretty good, and so they wanted to spread. And I think that spreading the information, spreading the knowledge of what we have is, again, so key. It's so important for us to have community behind us. So thank you.
Thank you, Lucian and Matt. So another submitted question, and it's regarding, have you faced any challenges in promoting your products and or services, and how did you overcome those challenges?
I can talk a little bit about that, and it depends, and it goes a little bit back to if you're a product-based business, service-oriented business when it comes to marketing and challenges. For myself, because I sell all throughout the United States, I have different means of marketing through digital, through gift guides. Some are free, some are paid for. But right now it becomes, especially a small business, it can become very challenging, because small businesses are trying to be thrifty or bootstrapping. So we're looking for gift guides. And this is where I reach back to my community of the veteran-owned businesses and gift guides like this, because they want to highlight me and I want to take advantage of that. When it comes to the larger media, say, for example, like Good Housekeeping or something, sometimes a lot of larger businesses will be identified in some of those gift guides. And so it's always a grand slam once they do list a small business like that. It's a wonderful opportunity, but it's a challenge. You've got to put a lot of time into it, mining the information of who you want to pitch your product or service-based business to, and then also seeing if that's the right fit for whatever outlet that's going to be. So really, for example, for me, kind of being in the sporting goods industry, it wouldn't work out too well if I was trying to get into a tech gift guide. So you just have to be mindful of that. That's kind of just my 2 cents of just, challenges and things to think about, being into the fourth quarter when it comes to gift guides.
I'll say that one of the areas that one of my main reasons for connecting with the IVMF was because we really needed more assistance in, diving into that place of marketing. But one of the things that we've been also able to do is I've got a few friends who are, and these are like really, really good friends, who are, I could say, micro influencers. They probably have 200 or 300,000 followers on their Facebook pages, and so they've really helped us to get out there. And so the micro influencers and then some macro influencers. One of the people that I'm connected with probably has close to 1 million followers, and so that's one of the things that I really like doing, is getting him to support what we're doing. And I think that that's been how I've been able to leverage coming out and not having a brand that everybody knows about. But if you can leverage with people who already are doing business, and they may not even be doing business in the area that you're doing it in, but they may be able to to help you to get out and just get your name out, and then have the vote of confidence. Because most times people will do business with you if they know that somebody else that they know and that they trust is doing business with you, or that they like what it is, like a good restaurant. If you go to a good restaurant and you're like, hey man, this place is really good. Well, you get on, you tell your friends about it, and once you tell your friends about it, they get excited about it, and then they share with their friends, and that's how it gets out. So I think that's one of the areas that I think that would be beneficial. Start with your own network of people that you have, and people that you have friends, and the connection that you already have. and then ask them if they'll, if they'll support you, ask them if they'll buy it, ask them if they'll share it, ask them if they will let other people know. Even I have a friend of mine who is so we have one of the companies, Undercoat Company Global, is a book publishing company. And so one of the things we do is we wanted to bridge the market between doing traditional books and then self-published books. And so we kind of bridged that gap. But one of the things that I did was, one of my friends he's got a lot of people that he's connected with. And so you might be just one connection away from your next your next major marketing push. And it's not just what you know, but it's who you know. So if he was getting, I think his wife was getting ready to release a book, and he texted me. He said, "Can you put this on your email list, and can you send this out to all your followers?" And so because I trust him, he trusts me. Well, then I know that he doesn't have anything crazy going on, so I made sure that I put it on the email list and send it out. But I think that that's how we can really maximize and do it from where it doesn't cost you a bunch of money, so that you can tap into those areas of networks that we already have. And sometimes you might even know that you have them, but if you can connect with those networks that you already have and see if they can help you push your products, it will really help you. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Lejeune and Matt. And you both are so right. It's not about, and I like that you said, not about what you know, who you know, leveraging those existing connections within your network to help spread that word. And then, of course, just tapping into those existing resources. And I know Melissa talked about, the procurement readiness initiative. We also, within the IVMF, have the Coalition for Veteran-Owned Businesses. So, just tapping into those networks, spreading that word, but also cultivating those community interactions, so important. So I think I just have one more question for you guys. So, and for either or, how do you see the future of military-owned businesses evolving in the marketplace? So whether it be, expanding your reach or cultivating those stronger networks, how do you see that evolving?
I am really, really excited because I believe that when I initially got out of the military, matter of fact, I have a niece, and this is gonna, I hope I'm not dating myself too much, but I have a great niece who just joined the military. And one of the things that I was telling her mom about, which is my niece, I was telling her just yesterday. I said that there are so many different avenues and so many different benefits to now being in the military, and then even benefits for when you get out of the military, things that I didn't know about, things that nobody really told me about. I got out of the military in 2002, and so nobody really, most of this stuff, it may have been there, but I didn't know anything about it. And so as a result, I didn't really tap into it. But I really believe that that now, since we have all these resources and all these things at our disposal, and I also believe that for myself personally, when I got out of the military, I didn't really have a good grasp for what I was going to do. I didn't have a direction that I wanted to go. I just knew that I kind of needed to get out. And so when I got out, I really didn't have a structure for it. But I think now and I think that military guys and girls, I think that we are much more, that entrepreneurship is much more beneficial for us, because I think we have the grit. I think we have the tenacity. I think we have the perseverance and the mentality and the mindset to really, really be able to develop great businesses and see them, thrive and do well. And so I think that that the future is ours. When I say it's ours, it's for veterans and military. I think that we can really, really tap into these resources and see it provide. I mean, just the sky's really the limit for us as we dive into some of these military opportunities. So yeah.
Sure, I love that, and I'll add on to it is as you mentioned, transitioning out of the military. As we were in, we had a lot of connections with people and knew how to get things done. And then as we transitioned out, we have to build a whole new network, and that's what this is about, and that's what IVMF is bringing to us. Because when I got out as well, IVMF was just starting up, and I had just heard about it. So there's a lot of opportunities out there for veterans and spouses to further educate yourself, to build those connections. I've done some of the programs with IVMF. I've done Boots to Business. I actually did it twice. as part of the Transition Assistance Program, so TAP. And you can really take it as many times as you want. I did EBV, which was a 9-day boot camp. I did it at FSU because I'm in Florida. And so that really gave a solid foundation for me and a network that I can fall back on. As I mentioned before, if I run into issues or questions or anything when it comes to business, I have a resource to tap into, and that's really important. But I started to see a lot of parallels between my military experiences in business and how they've been advantageous in regards to understanding, as we're in the military, it's a very high risk environment, and that comes into business as well. We try and reduce our risk as much as we can when it comes to business. Leadership and a lot of leadership opportunities, and that parallels into business, working with team members. There's all sorts of people. Most people work with some sort of team, so being able to interact with people, all of these skills I learned parlay into business quite well. And so I've really enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed connecting with other veterans, and that's really important for us to have that ability to rely back and fall back on people if we run into a question or an issue or need the motivation sometimes, because in entrepreneurship and business ownership, there's a lot of ups and downs when it comes to that, and we need that support network, and I'm real appreciative that we have that out there.
Awesome. And thank you both. I think I have one last question for you guys. So are there any significant insights that you'd like to leave our audience with? Anything you'd like to highlight, whether it be your experience on the guide or even your personal, anything regarding your personal business growth?
I was gonna say, I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for this with my business partner, but what I will do is, first of all, and I don't even know if Linda's gonna get me for this, but I'll share, and I'll do this completely free for anybody that's it's in the audience today. I'll send you a free ebook that my wife and I wouldn't necessarily send you the hardcover book, but my wife and I have written a couple of books, and of course we've written 31, no, it's 30, I think it's 31 or 32 books by now. But one of the books that we wrote recently was called The Exponential Factor, and so I will send everybody that Sandra or Linda or whoever's in charge of this, I'll send everybody a copy of that book, because it talks about it's mastering key drivers of organizational success. So I'll send that to you free of charge, and make sure that you get it. But I feel like I think like Matt was saying, our leadership is one of the factors that we can look at. And then I also look at your grit. I mean, you got to have grit. If you don't have grit, business ownership is not going to do well for you. You got to be able to be able to take a loss and get back up and keep going, and know that what you're doing, that you're passionate about it. And so I think that if you'll commit to do that, then you'll have success. I think that's my thing, because again, it's not for the faint of heart. It's not for somebody who says, and I often say when I'm doing some of the consulting work that I often do, that sometimes people have expensive hobbies. Like they don't necessarily, people don't have per se a business. They just have an expensive hobby, and it's something they like to do, but it's not something that they're trying to scale to really make money from. And so I think that you've got to have the grit, you got to have the perseverance, you've got to have the mindset, the entrepreneurial mindset, and the thought process to really get out there and make it happen. So that would be my thoughts that I'd leave with you, if I didn't leave anything else, which I think that would be beneficial. And I don't know if I'm going to get a tap on the hand for offering the book, but anybody that's here, you can have it. It's free of charge. I'm not charging anything for it. I'm just saying, if you want it, you can have it. And I think it's 270 something pages that really walks you through your entrepreneurship journey. So anyway, and then they got one for entrepreneurs and one for leadership. So whoever's here, you can have it, and that's yours. So yeah.
I love it. I was going to say, send me a copy. I definitely want one. That's definitely something, as you get into business, is you always got to be adding to your toolkit. You've got to, there's always things that can be learned. There's always experiences that are going to be learned. And going back to the point of having persistence and tenacity, and going back to grit, what you said, just being able to pick yourself back up. And I think we learned a lot of that being in the military. I don't think we were ever given all the things that we ever needed if we went on a deployment or was away from friends and family. And so I think we learned that. So that's why I think that our experience from being in the military really goes well into business ownership. So as far as go.
Oh,
Sorry
I'm
about
sorry. Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead.
Well, I don't know if I totally answered your last question. So if you wouldn't mind asking it one more time, and I'll just be real quick on it.
Yeah, no, you're good. Just any insights you wanted to leave the audience with, really anything you'd like to highlight about your business growth, or whether it contributes to the guide, but anything you'd like to leave the audience with.
What I'd like to leave the audience with is there's a lot of resources that are out there. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to reach out. And so, you know, you've got multiple resources on this call here. And so don't be afraid to look anyone up on LinkedIn and ask. You know, you may not get an instantaneous response, but trust me, I would definitely get back to any of you if you have a specific question. And really use that ecosphere that we have of the military and entrepreneurship and spouse environment, because it's really important to work together and help each other out. You know, like you mentioned, there's a lot of different coffee companies that are out there, and that's perfectly fine. There's a monster demographics of coffee drinkers out there, to include myself, and everyone has different types of coffees and different types of everything out there. You know, soap companies, t-shirt companies, different service providers, and we're all here to work together and help each other out. So again, I appreciate the opportunity to be on here and just talk to you about my experiences with the IVMF gift guide.
Thanks so much, Matt and Lejeune. You both, of course, are very impressive. How you've grown within your businesses, utilizing, of course, the programming within the IVMF, the resources, and now Alumni Network. So impressive. Yeah, so thank you both so much for your time. We do really appreciate it, sharing those valuable insights with our audience. Also, thanks so much to Melissa Bird. You know, this bi-military owned guide is really something to leverage all throughout the year, not just during the holiday season. So as Melissa mentioned, whether it be for, you know, your bus driver or a friend or whoever it may be, definitely great products and services on the guide. Also wanted to tap it off with, and I think Matt and Lejeune, you both mentioned there's so many resources out there to utilize for not just, of course, getting on the guide, but for business growth. So really do encourage you to use those resources, whether it be our programming for furthering on throughout like the different stages of entrepreneurship, or alumni network connections, attending events, of course, attending additional webinars like this. Definitely tap into those resources because they are so valuable. But overall, thank you all so much. You will be receiving a follow-up with a link to view this webinar on demand, and just a couple other links that we've shared in the chat. But overall, just thank you so much, everyone. Any questions, feel free to reach out to us, ivmfalumni@syr.edu. And thanks again. Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.